What's up, guys? It's Kaylee with the Mediocre Sisters, and today we're going to go through 5 easy braided hairstyles for your long hair. All right, guys, we're going to start with the basics and start with a double Dutch braid. This will be the base for several hairstyles. So to start, I'm taking the hair near Emilee's forehead and I'm going to separate it into 3 pieces. How a double Dutch braid works is you're going to be pulling the hair under the center strand as you go down. What that does is it gives you the effect that the braid is sitting on top of your hair as opposed to a French braid where you're pulling the left and right strands over the top. So you'll notice I grab hair from the left side and I pull it under the piece that's in the center. Same with the right side, I grab more hair, pull it underneath the center strand. Keeping it tight as I go down, it's easier to keep the braid tight as you braid the hair and loosen it up later once you finish it to get the desired look. So I'm going to repeat this, adding hair and bringing it under the center strand until I get the braid to the desired length. Once you finish the braid, now you can tie it with the rubber bander. I like to tie the rubber band slightly under where I finish the braid, just leave a little extra space for loosening the braid. Like I mentioned in the beginning, I did the braid tight, but now I'm going to go through and pull it to kind of loosen it up and give it that really large braid look, as well as a little bit more of a messy look. If you are doing this with extensions, you can kind of pull the hair over the extension in the back just to make it look really seamless. Now we'll go ahead and repeat the exact same process on the other side, braiding all the way down and then loosening it up to get the desired effect. There you have it. That is a double Dutch braid. It's a great everyday hairstyle for dirty hair, clean hair. You can wear it with a hat. It's very versatile. All right, now we'll jump right into the next look. We're going to take those double Dutch braids and make them into like a double Dutch ponytail. This is super easy if you already have the braids in from the day before, or you just do kind of half the braid and then stop and put a hair binder at the base of your neck. And then I normally take a strand of hair and wrap it around the hair tie just to give it a really finished look. Again, we'll repeat this process on the other side, wrapping the hair around the pony, and then you're done. Once you've learned how to do the Dutch braid, creating these other hairstyles is super easy. It can be really fun and add a little bit of variety into your hair routine. All right, guys, we're going to move into something a little bit different, and that's a fishtail braid. So since Emilee is wearing extensions, I'm going to start the braid at about the crown of her neck, which is where the hair extensions sit, so it will cover them really well. For a fishtail braid, you're going to take the hair and separate it into 2 pieces. From there, you're going to take the outermost section of each piece and bring it over onto the other side. So if you're adding hair, you're just going to take that added hair and move it from the right side to the left side and then pull it tight. Again, the key here is going to be keeping the hair tight as you braid. You can always loosen it up later. It's hard to tighten it later. So keep it tight as you go down. It also just makes it easier to see and easier to hold onto. So again, I'm going to keep pulling hair from the right side, bringing it over to the left side and doing the same thing on the left. Similar to the Dutch braid, once you get the pattern down, it's just repeating that pattern until the braid is the desired length. Once you've grabbed all the hair and added it to the braid, you're going to do the same pattern, but obviously you don't have any more hair to add. So instead, you're going to take the outermost hair in each section and bring it to the opposite side. So I'm going to take the outermost hair from the right side and bring it over to the left side and bring it over to the right, and so on and so forth. A key here, if you really want your fishtail to look intricate, the smaller the pieces of hair you grab, the more intricate your fishtail is going to look. Here on Emilee's hair, I'm grabbing pretty large pieces. You can see that you still see the fishtail, but that would be even more obvious if I was grabbing smaller sections of her hair. All right, just like the previous hairstyles, now I'm going to tie the end with a little clear rubber bander and loosen it up to get the desired effect. You can pull sections of the braid out to give it a more messy look. This is really whatever your preference is. You can play around with it and see what you like best on you. All right, there you have it. That is a fishtail braid that can be dressed up or dressed down. All right, now we're gonna do a little bit more of a dressy look, and that is a braided bun. So we're gonna start with the same Dutch braid that we did on the first look in this video. So make sure you watch that part before you dive into this look. So that is what I am doing right now. The only difference is the angle in which I am doing the braid. Instead of doing it straight back, I'm following her hairline all the way down through the crown. And then I am kind of braiding upward at this point. The reason I do that is so the hair is pulled tight enough that the braid naturally wants to go in the direction of the bun. So you'll see here, my arm's in the way, but I'm pulling the braid really tight in an upward motion so that it helps as we create the bun. Once you get to the end of the hair, I kind of loosen it up a little bit, and then I'm going to tie off the end with a rubber band. From there, we're going to loosen up the braid. We want the end of the braid to be pretty loose because that is going to create the body of the bun. So you'll see here that I'm pulling it quite a bit just to give it a really large effect. Then I'm going to take it and I'm going to wrap it towards her face. And once you get it kind of in the position that you want, then we will pin it. Depending on what you're going to be doing and the texture of your hair, you probably want to do a few bobby pins. What I like to do with the bobby pins is actually cross them. By crossing 2 bobby pins, it kind of creates almost a lock on the hair and keeps it from falling out. Once you've pinned the hair in the position that you want it and kind of hide the tail end so that it looks really seamless, then we'll go through and we'll kind of pull the braid again just to give it a really full bun look. Again, this is a preference thing. If you want your bun to look larger, you'll just pull out more of the hair and make the braid more loose. There you have it. This is a great look for a more formal event or just wearing it to work. It's pretty easy and looks really put together. All right, guys, the final look we are going to do is a side Dutch pigtail. So again, this is going to be using the same basics that we walked through at the beginning of this video. However, what we're going to do slightly different this time is I am going to put Emilee's hidden crown extension in so that the side of the weft is actually starting at the top of her head. So you'll see the start of the weft is kind of right at where her side part hits. This looks a little weird at first, but I promise you this really helps to get a full braid in the front. All right, once you've pulled all of the hair through, we're gonna start this braid just like we've started all of the braids in this video. You're gonna take 3 strands of hair wherever you want your hairstyle to start, and you're gonna start braiding, pulling the left piece under the middle piece and then the right piece under the middle piece, grabbing hair as you go. You'll notice on Emilee, because she has the extension in, the top of the braid is going to look a lot more full, which is why I pulled the extension up on her. If you have really thick hair naturally, this might not be a step that you have to do, but if you have thinner, fine hair like Emilee does, this is a really great trick to make it look like you have a lot of hair in the front when you do a braid like this. So we're going to keep going with the braid all the way down by the crown of her neck. Similar to the bun hairstyle, you're going to want to pull the hair tight in the direction that you want your ponytail to sit. At this point, I am going to tie off the braid. However, if you wanted the braid to go over your shoulder, you just keep going down till you hit the bottom of the hair. For Emilee, she prefers to have a ponytail at the end because of the length of her hair. I also tied in a little scrunchie to give it a little bit of a 90s flair. And that's it. This is a really cute and easy hairstyle. I'm going to pull it to loosen it up a little bit and give it that really big braid look. And you're done. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something. Make sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more hairstyle tutorials.